Hi, welcome back. I'm Sierra. Happy to have you here today. I want to talk about how to feel your feelings. What does that even mean? When people are like, just feel your feelings, just let it go. A lot of us have been actually conditioned and taught to do the exact opposite. We have been told and practiced for multiple years how to shove our feelings down. The slightest whiff of a feeling, we chop off connection to it. So, for those who want to rebuild their connection with their feelings, how might we actually do that? For me, it was quite a difficult journey, if I'm being completely honest with you. It still is. It is a work in progress. It is like a reciprocal relationship that I am building. And maybe you might want to think about it in that way, in that connection with your feelings. You could treat it a way that you might treat any relationship with a friend. You're not going to demand that they show you the deepest, darkest parts of you now, and you're not going to be mean to them to make them do that. Being mean to yourself and being hard on yourself is not the way in which feelings feel safe to arrive. So, First, creating an environment in which it is possible for feelings to surface. I have the hiccups. One would be centering yourself in that compassionate, heart-centered space. As I mentioned in previous videos, that can be a really challenging thing to do for someone who has never been shown what that looks like or has experienced what that is. So, having a great counselor or therapist to demonstrate how you can meet yourself that way, in the way that they meet you, is really beautiful. When we become aware of our body, it's kind of where we start with the feeling. The feeling is a body sense. It is a experience that involves this form. And so typically a thought precedes a feeling. For example, I am really sad that I've never felt seen, for example. And really sit in that. I'm really sad that I've never felt seen. And the feeling follows that. And we can look to the feeling in our physical experience, the heaviness of the chest, the tightness of the body, the sick stomach, the shoulders that roll in, the pressure behind the eyes with the tears. And the more you build this relationship with your feeling body, your emotional body, the more you'll be able to tune in to different feelings and different sensations in different areas. But it's creating that safe space for the feelings to come and then tuning in to the physical experience. And for me, I felt like if I was having a feeling, it needed to be for a reason. I'm crying because X. I'm sad because whatever. And something that I've learned that was really important is to let go of the why. The why keeps you in your mind, keeps you in your thoughts, and keeps you out of feeling. It's actually a tool that many people develop and use as they're going to intellectualize themselves out of feeling to stay in their mind and out of their body. So when you're wanting to connect with your feelings, disregard the why. Who cares? We don't care why you're crying. We just care that you're crying. And then when we decide not to know the why, or not to play into the stories or like the images or the pictures, we can tune into this sensation. And our bodies are so smart and so wise, and they know exactly what to do. And so once we can disregard intellectualizing, we can tune in to somaticizing. So the somatic experience of the body feeling the tightness in the chest, feeling not breathing, constriction in the throat, tightness in the stomach, feeling the pressure behind the eyes, feeling the tears well up. And feeling is really beautiful in that it goes like this, especially for those really deep feelings and the really painful ones. They'll peak and then they'll roll, and then you'll have to rest a little bit and take some breaths, and things become really quiet. And then it'll peak again. And it's like this rhythmic flow of energetic release. And your body takes this opportunity to release this tension and fear and pent up feelings and trauma, essentially, from the past that it didn't have the space or opportunity to release before. And when we move into the feeling and don't follow the story, our attention and presence and focus can remain here. And sometimes your brain will think thoughts to try and get you out of what you're doing. And sometimes you'll find yourself following those because the moment is too painful. But if you can see them, you can remind yourself, stay with the feeling. Stay with the feeling. Breathe. Stay with the feeling. And it will take you exactly where you need to go. And through staying in presence with what is coming up, your body will want to cry, and it will start shaking, and the jaw will start trembling, and this could happen, and sobbing and screaming can happen. And the more intense the pain, the louder and deeper and intense the expression of the trauma will be. And creating a space where this can be fully released is important. Have a pillow that you can scream into. Plan these connection times with your emotions where you can have some space and time for yourself. And I know that that's really hard for a lot of people's lives. They have children who are dependent on them for most of the day. They have jobs that they have to attend. So I understand that there's honestly so many barriers in this life and the way that society is set up to remove us from connecting with our feelings and with ourselves. And especially for people who have conditioned to be trained out of being aware of any feelings and shoving them down the moment that they come. There are so many barriers. So creating specific connection moments with yourself throughout the day are important to develop that relationship and attuning to what is happening in this energetic and emotional body. And so it's essentially, feelings are a tool, and they are so wise in that they communicate needs with our consciousness. When we feel sad, there's a communication how we have been hurt. When we feel angry, it's a protective mechanism in that I have been hurt in some way. And so my anger is coming forward to say, hey, this isn't right. I've been hurt. And underneath that anger is pain. And so we can move through these different emotions and become more aware with them if we can get out of the mind and out of intellectualizing the why and more into following the feeling of in the body. And the feeling is sensation. Follow the sensation. That's all you need to remember. And your awareness will guide you where you need to go. Your body will take you where you need to go. And if you can allow this process to happen and this pain to be expressed, it will come to a resolve. The pressure that you feel inside and the pain that you feel inside, all of a sudden will soften. Your breathing will slow down. It'll be like a weight has been lifted. The pressure from the boiling kettle has been released. And there'll be a silence and a stillness about you, about the air, about the space, and a knowledge that something really deep and profound have been released. And more space for you has been created inside yourself. I mean, how amazing is that? How can you ask for better wisdom and for better insight? And this wise system has been given to us in a way that we can process and release the experiences of this life situation. And unfortunately, so many of us have been taught out of it. And society has taught us out of it. Women should not be angry and boys should not cry. And no one should really have a big problem about anything. And if you do, that means you're weak and mentally unwell. How crazy is that? These feelings have been gifted to us for a reason. And it has been proven time and time again that if we allow space for full emotional expression, that trauma does not occur. If we have something hard and horrible happen to us and we can have this full emotional expression in the moment and we can shake and we can cry and we can scream, it is not ingrained in our being and we do not carry it for 30 years. And so this system is developed for a reason. And so the more that we can connect and utilize what has been given to us, the more space that we can create inside for ourselves, and the more that we can release the maladaptive behavior of suppression that we have developed from childhood. So I'm really excited because I can connect with my feelings now more than before, that's for sure. And so I feel like it's important as a human that other humans also can learn and do the same thing. I know so many of us struggle with this out there, and I just am sending so much love and gratitude to you for trying. I know this stuff is edgy and I know that it's painful, but oh my goodness, does it bring results of transformation. So happy chatting. See you next time. Bye.